Big political news reverberating across the state this Monday. Governor Abbott vetoed Senate Bill 3 with just minutes to go before the deadline to do that last night. This is the bill that would have banned all products with THC in them. The veto is especially significant because this was a top priority for fellow Republican Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. And Patrick had some strong words about the governor's action today. We'll let you hear that in just a moment, but first let's get you up to speed on exactly what happened. Governor Abbott vetoed the bill about 11:30 last night. The deadline for vetoes was midnight. And what's unusual is that Abbott stayed quiet on this issue for most of the last few months while lawmakers were in Austin. The governor did face political pressure from both sides to act. On one side, you had 105 Republicans backing the THC ban. On the other side, businesses said thousands of jobs would be lost here in Texas, and some military veterans even said they need the THC products to help cope with PTSD. So here's what the governor wants to do now. He wants lawmakers to return to the Capitol in 1 month, July 21st, and narrow that ban down. Not so broad, he said. Abbott said that legislators could prevent sales and marketing of these THC products to anyone under the age of 21. And also require those products to be tested during the process and manufacturing stage as well. But the politics of all this, that's what's so stunning this afternoon. Governor Abbott shut down one of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's top political priorities. And this afternoon, Patrick sounded both defiant and frustrated.
It puzzles me why my friend Greg Abbott, Governor Abbott, would at the last minute, at about 22 minutes after 11, decide to veto this bill. I know he gave the reasons in his proclamation, but our team simply doesn't agree with those reasons, and we'll talk through that. In reading the proclamation, one can only come to this conclusion, which surprises me. The governor of the state of Texas wants to legalize recreational marijuana in Texas. That's the headline, folks. The last time I talked to the governor in the Capitol before session, he said, don't worry about the bill. He said, your bill is fine. That's what he told me, in front of witnesses. In fact, he asked a couple of lawyers on my staff, he said, can you give me some answers I can give, because when I sign this, I need some answers to give. So what happened? Who convinced him? On his staff, from the outside? To kill Senate Bill 3? You know, and look, we'll work with the governor. We'll see what happens in the special session. But where has he been all session? Where's he been? I mean, we get this proclamation from him last night after midnight. And he parachutes in at the last moment. I'm stunned that he wants to legalize marijuana in the state of Texas. So I'm not having a bad day. Texas is having a bad day, because if we become Washington State or Oregon or Colorado on products that we cannot possibly test in 8,000 or 9,000 locations with the small law enforcement we have doing their best, you can hit one here, one there. He's going to allow them to sell above the 0.3%, which is in federal law. That's what his proclamation says. So why doesn't he just come out? I hope he'll make a statement today and say, yes, the lieutenant governor is right. I am for legalizing marijuana for adults in the state of Texas. After we talked yesterday, and we had a very amiable discussion. Look, I'm not mad at the governor. I'm not mad at the governor, but I'm not going to legalize marijuana in Texas. And if people want to vote me out of office for that, so be it.
All right, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller is closely watching what the legislature might do next on this issue and more. He's actually pulled over on the side of the road for us. Commissioner, I always appreciate you stopping to talk to us wherever you might be. But let's start with something the Lieutenant Governor just said a moment ago. In your mind, does this veto suggest that the governor wants to legalize recreational marijuana?
Well, you know, we'll see what happens during the special session. Obviously, the governor doesn't want to eliminate it completely. And that's what, and I agreed with Dan Patrick. I don't want recreational marijuana. When we wrote the rules, you know, I wrote the hemp laws in 2019. We made it very clear that we were doing it just for hemp, low level THC, no recreational marijuana. And that's what we have today. except it's worse. It's unregulated. So I think what the governor wants to do is go back. I think he heard from those, 6,000 businesses,
Sure.
those 55,000 jobs, several $1 billion. And he didn't want to put those, family businesses out of business. So we'll see what the special session comes forth. Hopefully it'll be very good, tight regulation. We won't end up like Oklahoma or Colorado or Oregon.
Well, we've seen all those other states too, but let me ask you this. Is Texas now one step closer to recreational marijuana?
No, right now the laws are, we have unregulated recreational marijuana. A seventh grader can go to a convenience store, buy some Delta 9 gummies and take them back to junior high and pass them out, and it's not illegal. I mean, that's too much. We're the worst state in the union when it comes to recreational marijuana. It's totally unregulated. So I think what the governor wants to do, he wants to come back and have reasonable regulation. He wants the people that are suffering from PTSD to have it, adults, keep it out of the hands of kids. I think that's the direction we're headed.
And Commissioner, we know that many veterans have also argued for access to THC products to treat conditions like PTSD. Wouldn't Texas farmers, though, stand to make a lot of money if this is regulated?
Well, see, that's the deal. We've overproduced the hemp that you make Delta 8 and Delta 9 out of.
Yeah.
We just can't. We hadn't made any money on that. No one's growing it anymore. We've got enough in storage to last us 4 or 5 years. Where the hemp industry is going is to fiber, hemp fiber, industrial hemp. That is the fastest growing segment. We're getting away from the CBD oil, making hemp fiber products, hempcrete, hemp board, rope, upholstery, canvas, cloth, things like that. That's where the demand is. So, and that has no THC in it. So that's where the farming end of it is headed.
All right. Commissioner Miller, always appreciate the time. Safe travels on the road there, sir.
Thank you. God bless.